In the early hours of the morning, long before the palace grounds stirred to life, a private meeting was already underway behind closed doors. No cameras were present. No aides moved in and out carrying briefing papers. Even mobile phones had reportedly been left outside. What began as a quiet family discussion soon became something far more significant. According to palace insiders, King Charles made a decision that could reshape the future of the royal family for years to come. A long-discussed financial arrangement linked to Prince Harry and Meghan's branch of the family was reportedly being redirected, with future provisions instead focused on Prince William's children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. If true, the decision represents far more than a change in finances. It signals a deeper shift in trust, responsibility, and the monarchy's long-term priorities. And perhaps most importantly, it raises one painful question. Has the palace quietly accepted that Harry's path now lies permanently outside the royal fold? Before we continue, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because this story reveals a side of royal life rarely seen by the public. King Charles did not reportedly arrive at this decision quickly. Sources suggest that he spent months reflecting on the future of the monarchy and the growing divisions within his own family. Those close to the king describe a man torn between two powerful instincts: his love for his younger son and his duty to safeguard the institution he now leads. For years, there had been hope that bridges between Harry and the royal family might eventually be rebuilt. Despite public interviews, memoirs, documentaries, and years of tension, many believed some form of reconciliation remained possible. But behind palace walls, confidence had reportedly begun to fade. A series of private conversations, family disagreements, and unresolved disputes gradually changed the atmosphere. One meeting in particular appears to have left a lasting impression. Several months before the reported trust decision, senior members of the family gathered for a private discussion regarding long-term financial arrangements and future support. Those familiar with the meeting claim emotions ran high. Prince Harry reportedly sought greater certainty regarding financial protections for his household, while also seeking increased independence from palace oversight. To Harry, the request may have seemed reasonable. After stepping away from official royal duties, he and Meghan had established a new life overseas. Securing financial stability for their family was understandably important. However, others inside the family allegedly viewed the matter differently. Prince William, according to reports, stressed that the monarchy's future now rests overwhelmingly on the next generation, particularly Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. As direct heirs within the line of succession, their education, security, public roles, and long-term preparation carry enormous significance. From William's perspective, resources connected to the institution had to prioritize continuity. The discussion reportedly ended without resolution, yet those present are said to have noticed something significant. King Charles listened carefully, but spoke very little. Sometimes silence reveals more than words. In the weeks that followed, palace officials quietly reviewed several long-standing estate arrangements. Eventually, a recommendation was prepared. The proposal reportedly argued that future provisions should focus primarily on safeguarding the direct line of succession. When the document finally reached King Charles's desk, insiders claimed the decision weighed heavily on him. This was not simply a financial matter. It was deeply personal, because every line on that document ultimately represented family. On one side stood Prince Harry, his younger son, with whom relations had become increasingly strained. On the other stood William's children, widely seen as the future face of the monarchy. Protecting one future inevitably risked deepening another wound. Those close to the king say he understood this completely. There was no celebration, no sense of victory, only a profound recognition that whatever choice he made, someone would leave disappointed. When the final authorization was reportedly signed, the atmosphere inside the room was described as solemn. One palace insider later suggested that the decision felt less like administration and more like acceptance. Acceptance that the royal family had entered a new era, an era in which future planning would increasingly revolve around William and Catherine's children. For Prince William, the development reportedly brought mixed emotions. While he naturally welcomed greater security for George, Charlotte, and Louis, he also understood what the decision might mean for Harry. The brothers' relationship has endured years of strain, misunderstandings, and public disagreements. Despite everything, William is believed to have never wanted family divisions to deepen. Yet royal duty often demands difficult choices, and sometimes those choices carry consequences that cannot easily be undone. For Harry, news of the reported decision is said to have been deeply painful. According to sources, he viewed the move not simply as a financial adjustment, but as a symbolic message, a sign that the institution was no longer planning for his eventual return. Whether that interpretation is fair or not remains open to debate, but within royal circles, symbolism matters, perhaps more than anything else. Because in monarchy, decisions are rarely just about money. They are about trust, they are about status, and ultimately, they are about who will carry the crown into the future. As public reports began to emerge, reactions across Britain quickly became divided. Some argued that King Charles had simply acted responsibly by prioritizing the direct heirs. Others believed the move risked further alienating Harry and closing the door on reconciliation entirely. Supporters on both sides passionately defended their views. Yet amid all the headlines, one reality remained unchanged. This was still a family navigating extraordinary pressures under the constant gaze of the world, and no member of that family would emerge untouched. In the end, the reported trust decision may be remembered, not because of money, but because of what it symbolized. King Charles appeared to choose continuity over uncertainty. William accepted responsibility for the next generation. Harry faced the painful possibility that his future now lies permanently beyond the institution he was born into. Whether history judges that choice as necessary or tragic remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the future of the monarchy is increasingly being shaped around a new generation. And with every passing year, that future moves further away from the past.